your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, here we are live in our town, PLEA, and it's a little warm out here today, I must admit, but at least the humidity levels have stayed low. The tradition continues here. Our town, obviously, a little bit different with things that are going on, but we still wanted to keep doing this and showing off the great towns of Central Illinois. And today, we've picked quite the sunny day for it. Let's take a look at the satellite radar picture, and it is clear. Let's take a look at the temperatures, though, because we have made it to 89 in Springfield, 88 in Effingham. The low humidity values have allowed for the temperatures to really warm up. And if you're heading out and about through this evening, you're going to find temperatures staying quite nice, but it's going to cool off. We're going to talk about a cold front bringing us much cooler temperatures for the weekend when we come back. Live from our town, PLEA. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
Oftentimes it's easy to follow too closely, which doesn't give you enough time to react to suddenly stop traffic.
A chain reaction crash on the interstate left 3 people dead Thursday. What we know about the wreck. Plus, she drove her car off an unfinished bridge last year. How much time she faces in prison.
It gives restaurants the economy relief that they need.
And one mayor says outdoor dining isn't enough to keep restaurants open. What he says could help them instead.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 5.
It just takes a second for you to remove your eyes from the roadway for something to happen.
And in this case, something did happen. 3 people are dead after a crash on I-57 south of Mattoon. It happened yesterday. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. 6 vehicles were involved. WCIA3's Courtney Bunting has more.
A fiery crash yesterday has left families without their loved ones. It happened a little after 3:30 on I-57 near Mattoon. A long line of vehicles were already stopped because of another crash on I-57. Police say a driver approaching behind them didn't stop and crashed into 3 different vehicles, causing a domino effect. Eventually, 6 vehicles were involved. 3 people were killed, including Andre Paprava from Florida. His daughter tells us he was kind, loving, and energetic. The names of the other 2 victims haven't been released. Illinois State Police are investigating. The Coles County Sheriff's Office was also on scene helping out. They can't speak to the specifics of the crash, but say it's a reminder that paying attention, especially on the interstate, is crucial.
So it's really important to not only follow the speed limit, but to also give yourself plenty of space between you and the car in front of you.
Reporting, I'm Courtney Bunting, WCIA3, your local news leader.
4 vehicles were involved in the crash that happened earlier Thursday. 2 people were seriously hurt and taken to the hospital. As of this afternoon, police say there is no update to their condition. We have an update from last year. A woman who drove her car off the Bradley Avenue Bridge in September pleaded guilty. Asia Marshall faces up to 10 years in prison. She drove her Jeep off of the then unfinished bridge, hitting a barrier on the interstate. 2 passengers riding with her were hurt. Her blood alcohol level at the time, 3 times the legal limit. She'll be sentenced in August. A former U of I economics professor is taking the university to court. Joe Petrie resigned from his job at the school last year amid an investigation into a relationship with a student. A new lawsuit claims the U of I violated the terms of his resignation. It says the document he signed when he quit indicated the university would stop looking into any claims of misconduct. Instead, the U of I continued to investigate Petrie for more than a year. The suit says officials later determined Petrie had not violated any university standards. Petrie is suing for nearly $8 million. You can see all of the details on our website at WCIA.com. Now for an update on coronavirus in Illinois. 595 new cases were announced today. There have been nearly 132,000 so far. 77 people died since yesterday, bringing the state's death toll to nearly 6,300. The leader of one city in central Illinois says he wants the governor to reconsider his reopening plans to help more businesses. Springfield Mayor Jim LANGFELDER has a proposal he wants the governor to review that would help restaurants keep the lights on. WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin explains from the capital city.
Mayor Jim Langfelder has already implemented some solutions to help local restaurants reopen while following social distancing guidelines. But he says that what he's done has not been enough, and several restaurants won't make it if they continue to follow the plan as it's currently laid out. When the state moved into Phase 3, Springfield blocked off portions of streets downtown to allow restaurants in the city to accommodate outdoor seating. But Mayor Langfelder says restaurants still aren't bringing in the income they need. He wants the governor to consider allowing restaurants to operate at 30% capacity now rather than waiting for 50% capacity in Phase 4.
I thought a better step, if you're looking at the metrics, is go halfway there, go to 30%. The reason for that is then you would be able to tell if there's any escalation from coronavirus cases, just going that smaller margin, but it gives restaurants the economy relief that they need and moving in that direction.
The mayor says he plans to continue to follow the governor's plan, but as long as the city doesn't see a big increase in cases within the coming days, he hopes the governor takes this into consideration. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Gabrielle Franklin.
We reached out to the governor's office about Langfelder's proposal. His press secretary tells us, quote, the governor is committed to the Restore Illinois plan as is right now. It's proving that it is working. Downtown picnic parks are set up to help restaurants in Champaign stay open for business. The city's designated 3 areas for people to eat carryout. You can find one on Chester Street east of Neal, another on Park Avenue west of Neal, and the third just north of One Main Plaza. The city is working with the Champaign Park District to maintain the picnic areas.
We keep them safe and clean by having a hand washing station in each one, hand sanitizer, and the park district staff's kind of monitoring them and wiping them down as appropriate.
Every day from 11 a.m. to 2 and again from 5 until 9. The city plans to keep them set up until the governor lifts restaurant restrictions. Alcohol, however, is not allowed in the parks. Family and friends made sure one man was remembered in our town, Pana, how they honored his memory. Plus, it's the first time in decades for Illinois why the state fair won't be happening this year.